はい、それでは次はチーム5番ですね。自修館中等教育学校加藤陽菜さん。テーマはですね Making Fair Trade Better Known in Japan。どうぞ。
Hi, I'm Hina. I love chocolate. So, I have a question for you about chocolate. Here is one of chocolate bar that cost 50 yen and another cost 200 yen. What do you think you will buy? If my guess is correct, you will choose the 50 yen bar. However, I will go for the 200 yen every time. Now, let me tell you why. The more expensive chocolate has a fair trade seals on it, something I always looked for. After hearing me out, you too will hope that everybody will buy the same. Let's start beginning. Chocolate is made from cacao, and most of cacaos came from Africa. Most of the workers in that industry are children younger than 14 years of age. These child laborers are exposed to sickness and injury. Their children dying due to the long working hours. Here we are in Japan enjoying lots of chocolate. On the other side of the world, children work to the point of the sickness or death to produce the cacao to make our chocolate. They are so poor that they have to work instead of going to school. Of course, they don't have enough money to buy the chocolate. The companies that sell chocolate for the 50 yen in Japan actually pay very little money to the cacao producers. If the buyers paid fair prices to the producers and their families working overseas, the chocolate price in the store will be higher as well. This is how we have the 200 yen variety in Japan. The higher cost of fair prices means that there will be fair wages for the producers. This system is called fair trade. Of the top of chocolate consuming countries in the world, the first three are European countries. Japan ranked fourth. Consumer awareness of fair trade exceeded about 80% of customers in Europe. This is a percentage of the people who actually know about fair trade and buy fair trade goods. However, in Japan, only 29% of people know about fair trade. I wondered why fair trade is not popular in Japan, even though we are the number 4 chocolate consumers. My first assumption was that fair trade chocolate looks too expensive next to non-fair trade products. Here is a survey entitled, "Why Don't You Buy Fair Trade Goods?" According to the result, the higher prices scored only 17.5%, and therefore not main reasons. After, I explained to my audience how the fair trade system works, and I asked them whether they wanted to start buying it or not. How hope the people say they wanted to buy fair trade goods from now on? Then I will tell you about in the case of Europe. In this summer, I went to Switzerland and Sweden to study SDGs and fair trade as a member Japan UN Youth Ambassadors. In both countries, I found many kinds of fair trade products being sold at supermarkets and convenience stores. This is fair trade tea and snacks and something like that. When I asked the clerks and customers the same question I asked in Japan, "Do you know about fair trade?" Surprisingly, all of them said, "Yes, of course." What was even more surprising was the price of the fair trade goods. Unlike in Japan, European fair trade goods were not expensive. And because after many hotels adopted them, they sold very well. Apparently, it was exposure, including the mass media, to fair trade concept that set its countries apart from Japan. As for media exposed for fair trade in 2017, there are only 2 mentioned TV programs. For example, newspaper, and 8 articles in magazine, all of 2017. So again, why is the fair trade awareness disappointing Japan? The reason is not only higher price, but rather that people simply don't know about fair trade. My conclusion is that to make fair trade better known in Japan, we need our media to tell more people about it. To interest in media, we need to do our part in inform consumers. Let's buy fair trade goods. With our purchasing power, we can get their attention as more people support fair trade and more companies will be involved. Then everyone will benefit our love from chocolate. Thank you.
はい、ありがとうございました。それでは審査員の方、どうぞ。はい、先生。
Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I really, your way of delivering the speech, it was very easy to understand. And you suggested some conclusions, some ideas to solve the problem. And you said that you need to increase the awareness of people. So what kind of action can you take as one person to let other people know about fair trade or like a product?
Okay, something you can a presentation about a fair trade, and you can ask something shop, is there anything fair trade goods? Like that.
はい、他の方どうぞ。野原先生どうぞ。
Thank you very much for a
Thank
very
you.
important topic. I'm interested in what you think about the social network and its use to achieve what you want in the issue. Apart from the mass media, now we have the social network, because of the internet culture. Can you suggest something individual can do?
Something.
Okay, I repeat. Do you think you can suggest something, you can think of some idea what we can do using the social network like Twittering, Facebook and things to enhance people's awareness?
Okay. In my opinion, you can spread that about using Instagram and Twitter or Facebook, and you can write about a fair trade and recommend. You can recommend a fair trade on the internet.
One more. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Using the social network, I think, is one very important way to spread the news, the idea. Another thing is, what do you think you can do at school?
At school?
Yeah.
Everyone or?
The school that you are attending, for example.
Okay.
How many of your classmates know about fair trade?
Okay.
And what can you do in the school?
And I had a presentation at my school, and I had opened a fair trade event and sold fair trade goods for students or teachers and student and teachers. I will open my school festival in October.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. 僕もチョコレートラバーなんでね、もっと広がるといいなと思ってます。ありがとうございました。